Alright folks, I'm bringing you in here just after the opening minutes of Nicodemus Hill, but there was that initial muster period, and now we're rock and rolling. Pleased to see that the Union has gone what I think is the right way here at the opening, and I believe... well, not them, right? That's the CSA, those are the Cav pistols. I don't know if everybody here quite understands what's going on, but this Union group's cut off. But the other Union groups, I saw the yellow, the white, yeah, so you got 3 Union flags out here. They need to turn around and leave. Yeah, that's kind of where that is. So I think that attack has petered out. Union's already halfway through battle ready, and what levels do we have here? Level 84, 13, you got an officer, a bunch of guys just completely oblivious, so this is not, in some ways it was a good start for the Union, and in other ways it's not. But while the Union resets from that wiping, what do we got? We got 260 on the server. We'll come back to this if we have to mute people, but the Union has several in that battery. Let's see, out of a total Union of 125, so they're down quite a few, and they look like they are very heavy on arty. So 23 guys in arty. Now the CSA with a 6-man advantage. 5 and 7 is 12, and 7 is 19. And you know what? The CSA has even more. So actually the lines are relatively equal. At this somewhat low, I mean, it's still 260, it's good. I think the advantage goes to the CSA because they're going to try to fill up that, I think it's first VA, right? I think that's the, yeah, they're going to try to fill up the Cav company, get all the carbines and the pistols. I think things might get a little bit better for the Union as the lines get a bit thicker, but until that happens, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And this is one of the downsides, I think, of just having so much artillery for the size of these maps. As much as War of Rights gets right about the war, and people say it's realistic, with the numbers we have, even if we're talking about 400-man test servers on many of these maps, in fact, most players, pub and organized, are using Zouave tactics or like really experienced skirmisher tactics that were not used. They were not the most common used, and the proportion of artillery on a lot of these maps to the number of men, there's a lot more guns than there is for the number of infantry who are engaged. So there's a lot that War of Rights gets right, but the incentives of the game, the ability to quickly recover stamina in relative terms and sprint all over the field, kind of turns everybody into these super Zouaves that, in fact, most Union Confederates were not, and even the French, by and large, realized that not even a lot of professional French soldiers could really do the Zouave thing as well as they had intended. So yeah, anyways, it's an observation. I think putting too much arty in thins out those lines. That is a lot of CSA arty that's concentrated on this battery, and they had a great little barrage there. And I would say they might, each one of those shells might have killed one person. So it's just the state of arty here in the summer of 2024. It's really weak, and counterbat is the worst use of arty. You heard it here first. Back in the day, I know next time I'm going to be telling you about it. A loaf of bread being a nickel, but you could hit an opposing gun and you could wipe a 3-gun crew. You wipe everybody in the crew, they got to go respawn and come back in. Now you might kill one of them, knock the other 2 down, so a few seconds later they stand up and they rip the lanyard and they shoot their shot anyways, and you really didn't delay much for long, and people will go to great pains to explain how that's actually really okay. It ain't as good as it used to be. So Again, it looks cool, right? It knocked down like 20 dudes right there. And it mostly knocked down 20 dudes right there. It is funny to watch. That one actually wiped like 4 or 5 dudes. That was pretty good. Perfect timing. And man, that's some brutal looking ground. Anyways, more to the point, let's see what they're doing over here. I noticed that 2 of the 3 CSA companies, this is one of the downsides to having cav or sharpshooters, is that you tend to lose a flag. So they got 2 flags over here, fully expecting the Union to push this way. So if when the Union gets healthy, they might want to push to the right, and clearly already found their number. And I think that, watching the artillery shoot like that is a very useful reminder of why the right side push is not a bad idea at all, because arty can support that, right? They can hit the dudes that were up there, obviously, and we'll just go back here just so we can see it. But there's almost nothing they cannot see. Maybe a few parts are obscured for the rank and file gunner, but they can hit everything back there. And so when the Union pushes, to the degree that arty can do anything in terms of maybe some plink and knockdowns and suppression, they can bring it all to the right side. So we have 1 Union group going that way. We have 2 Union flags going that way. Is the CSA up? Is that just a really good shot? I think that was just a really good shot.
Whole kids, boys, get ready.
I hope that, for the Union's sake, I hope they don't make this push. They're already down by a lot, and that is not going to help. CSA is absolutely ready for that. One thing they could do would be to move around the fence. Feign like they're going to go that way. Feint like they're going to go that way. And then make a dash for the point, and they can shoot anybody out. Or they can just run on through, and they're going to win the foot race, I think, to cut that 3rd company off and then fight them piecemeal. And try to bring the Tekits back up to about even.
Can't shoot for shit. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, you may feel differently in a moment. It does seem like a lot of CSA, for all the time they were standing here, did not have loads. All right, good. They listened. They must be listening to me. But that was reasonably well done.
Get stuck in. Get stuck in.
I'm glad they did not all the Union push this way. CSA played over very far left here. This was overall a good charge for the Union. Yeah, they pulled it back to the point where they're almost even on tickets after charging the Stonewall. When does that happen? So if you want a textbook, I think that was probably the best case scenario. Right, you had 2 companies over here, and they were very far over. It didn't look like they had anybody responsible looking and keeping an eye on the left side. They saw the first wave and they assumed that was it. There is a Union flag out here that's playing it cagey. I don't know, maybe the word has not gotten up that they could probably push up. I mean, they're standing. I think it's the Cav flag. Yeah, that's the Cav flag. So they're up there. And the Cav are coming back for their flag.
West. Watch west.
Yeah, they're going to come down probably through the fence because they can. And they want that cover and concealment. And then this is the 3rd company that I guess was over there and is now arriving. It's pretty good timing to coincide with that push from main spawn. Most important thing here, So that flag gets out, and you guys gotta. There's a lot. There's 3 level 1s, so. I was gonna say camp the flag. Yeah, that flag's gotta go. If it's not too late, it's gotta go. Or you can run it out of bounds, but that is not what you wanted to do. Well. I don't know if there's a silver lining there for the Union. I was gonna say you've only lost 1 flag, and now you're probably gonna push back on the right. Yep, that's exactly right. So you got all 3. I think it was all. No, there is a CSA. Oh, that's a Union company. All right, so they were really quick on it. Yeah, I think all 3 CSA companies had to concentrate up over there. 1 didn't have a flag. 1 certainly did, and I think the other was respawning. So.
Thanks, boys.
It's true.
We got friendlies here. Up and over to the right.
Alright, so at least the Union's got 1,
We should pull back. I'm telling you.
2, 3 flags in here. This is pretty good.
Move right, man. What are you doing out here? You gotta make yourself useful. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody go back.
Move up. You're still in the line of shot of their cannons.
Well, the CSA is running back to their artillery.
A few times at the start.
You're behind on tickets as the Union. The pace is okay, but a little bit slow, and my goodness, man. Uh-oh. Is the level 4 or level 2 gonna get it? Well, good for getting it, but you're both out of line. This is just a huge ticket dump. They mean well, but your left alt key works wonders.
This way. Don't fuck her up. This way. This way.
Yeah. A lot of Union groups like to get up here and maybe harass the arty. The thing is that the CSA infantry can run around. And they are doing that. The CSA, I think, can work their way out here if they wanted to, but they can just come right down, fence through the rocks. You are in danger of being surrounded, and then the cav kind of act as the anvil if you have to pull out through them.
That was weird.
They get.
Oh, off to the right. Look to your right. Look to your right, man. To your right. Look to your right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I don't understand the push into these rocks. I've watched it for years and I just don't get it. Alright, so that's going on. That flag has been recovered. I don't know if any Union are going to go to try to recover that flag they lost earlier, because at least that would give them 2 up, and oh my goodness, you didn't get out either. But the CSA is doing absolutely the right thing. Camp those flags when they're down. For everybody who thinks, you know, due to the decreased ticket cost of dying, that the game doesn't punish you enough for making mistakes, well, it punishes attackers in particular really hard when they make mistakes with the flag, because it limits what you can do in terms of a prolonged shootout. Right? If you have to run from the spawn because you don't have the flag, you can go for one quick YOLO charge, and then everybody's got to spawn main, come back and do it again. I think the other side should know that. Prolonged shootout, you're not going to get your guys back, and the other side will, and so eventually they're going to beat you with numbers. As the attackers, you're usually attacking people who are well embedded. The Union could probably get back to 3 flags pretty quickly if they just ran. Oh, I see. Well, it's probably too late now. The cav is over here. This flag is, yeah, it's way too close. So you ain't gonna get that one, but you might be able to push up here and at least get a second flag up by using the rocks. CSA already will hit it. In my experience in those rocks and then watching others in those rocks from this perspective, most of the damage tends to be on the side that faces CSA arty.
I know.
And
If you
yeah,
keep running
that's
up,
pretty much it. So if you're on the backside, you should be all right. Huh. The view from CSA arty. And there is the Union. Is the cab moving? Do they know? We can see down here. It's one flag. That is a considerable line. Yeah, maybe they're looking to go up to 2 flags. At a certain point, that flag is going to despawn. These guys out here, I understand what they're doing, but I don't know, you're going to get enough guys up here to keep the Union away from that flag. They want that flag. It's too important to them. CSA is back up. Union's at about a third left of engaged. This dude better be a new player.
Doing the Union Army.
Nope, level 34.
Get those flags. Get those flags. That's the problem.
And he missed his shot. And then died. Okay. So remember, those numbers don't always mean something. That was a little nuts, right? They all, well, I know they all got up, but looked like a shell should have went through one of them, exploded 4 of them, and then it blew up behind them. I wonder who's going to be coming behind him. So that's first via cav, I think. This is the CSA countercharging. Union's knocked out of the orchard. Alright, so the Union's taking losses at 21 minutes. If a flag... yeah, I don't think it's going to make it over those fences. We got 2 Union flags. That, man, it does not seem like they have very many guys there to protect those flags. Alright, they might get one out as long as he runs through the gate and this guy doesn't know he's coming. Alright, good job. Good job. Just keep going. You might have had to stop, but you stopped. So that could be 3 down Union flags. And that really breaks up the attack. Now with the 1 flag they got up, looks like the Union's going to try to push. I mean, luckily for them, 2 of them are probably pretty easy to recover. Man, those Union went right in. Against Cav, I think a bunch are going to die out of line and skirmishing, and that guy died anyways, but... yeah. See, this has not been kind to the Union here, but... CSA need to get back. Conserve those tickets. Alright, so that's 2 Union flags up. The third is right here. This guy's, seriously, he's just gonna go for the Union flag, but I don't know. I wanna go see what the Cav is doing over here. Hey, that's pretty good. If he makes it through that gap there, he will have gotten it back quite a bit further, and he's got at least one friendly who's figured it out. Wait, is this friendly about... I think his friendly tried to shoot him, but... Anyways, I digress. So yeah, these are nice side shots on the Union. They were trying to get their strength up. Oh, I can't believe the Union's pulling out of there. What is that? What is that volley at from the CSA? Huh. Oh, that was a friendly. I can't believe they were all shooting at that. Union is in a bad way right now. If they knew the advantage they had, they might try to storm those woods and take the Cav out again. They got all 4 flags. They should be grouped up here. Alright, and now that idea doesn't look so attractive, because now it's Cav plus an infantry company. Maybe plus all the infantry companies. Alright, we'll go up and sit in CSA artillery for a while. He's going for the spawn there through the building. Since the houses don't seem to block arty, it's a good idea. Alright, the initial push at a Union spawn makes it look like they're going to the woods, and yeah, I've always thought this leftmost gun has really good crossfire there. That looked pretty good. Alright, I don't see any delayed push. That looked cool. Yeah. We got a CSA arty guy down here with his sponge rammer. I don't know what is going on there. And it looks like the CSA are going to countercharge over here. CSA goes taking losses. Yeah. It's a bit slower than Union 1. I'd probably want them in taking losses by 17 or so. I think when you're up by this many, well, if some of your guys are running out and charging and others are shooting, there's a much better chance of TKing. But it looks like the CSA has recovered that position. Alright, and so there was, at some point, a delayed push over here on the right. One flag, but that's all I see. And only one flag down. And CSA are about to be here. Huh. Yeah, the Union is in danger of getting cut off. CSA had their protractors out and they realized shortest distance between 2 points was that straight line.
Get that flag up, man. Get that flag up.
True. So the Union's down almost a full stage. I watched one of these the other night, and I think we recorded it, and the Union did it absolutely right. They pretty much full pressed the right, I think, the entire time. Maybe one company went left once, and the Union pulled out a fairly easy win on that one. Dude, what are you doing, man? Oh. Yeah. Do you understand the ticket system? Maybe. But in relative terms, it's a loss. So, even if you're pushing in that much closer to final push, the Union's... I don't know. I frequently doubt the Union, and most of the time they find a way to pull it back. But some CSA going over there. Big old group over there, and I'm guessing the Cav are probably... Well. Oh. Yeah, I don't know where they... Cav are. Alright, there's their flag. Where is the rest of the Union? That ain't the right button. I am so happy to see that we were up at 330 though.
That looked pretty good.
I cannot find the rest of the Union. Oh. Just like ants over here. Alright, there we go. 2 flags, 3 flags. 4th was over here.
Take the house, boys.
Alright, and the CSA is wisely trying to put an end to that. Again, as defenders, you don't really want a prolonged conflict. If you can end it and end it decisively in your favor, that is what you're going to do every time. And that is what they're doing here. You got 2 Union flags down on the front porch. The other 2 have played more conservatively and are still in business. Yeah.
Some people.
That was a good shot. looking very thin over here. And in part because they only have 2 flags up to spawn people in. Whereas CSA has all 3. With 8 minutes, if you went right now, you could probably get 3 more charges. Standing out here, it isn't really worth it because you're just spawning people in and they're getting shot up before they can even get a load in. So you can stand there and try to shoot at, but you're gonna start dropping people skirmishing or out of line. This guy looks like he's gonna try to cut off everybody that's here. He did not get to do it, but that's what it looks like. And alright, so the Union get 2 flags out. The CSA is breaking. I think when the Union goes breaking, I don't remember if it's not much time. I don't even know if it's 3 minutes or final push. That's just silly from the CSA at this point. I don't know if they're just looking for style points because they're up on tickets, but they're trading out-of-line deaths for information or skirmishing or sometimes no deaths. And, you know, it happens on both sides. It's not just the Union, just the CSA, but... Alright, let's see. We're gonna group over here under Pilotman, Dawes. Yeah, I like this angle. From here, you don't really know where they're going as a CSA. They could go to the corner, they could go straight, or they could cut it back right. And so I like that it keeps your options open. Over here, you got a lot of Union going in that are just going to die out of line. I think the Union's going to lose several minutes here when they go final push.
Charge right the point, charge right the point, guys.
Yeah.
Go.
Down the wall, down the wall, down the wall. Let's go, boys, let's go.
That is a fine idea.
Melee.
Yeah. I mean, that's the dream. That looks like a much larger CSA group, but... saw a canister go off over there. It's the line that takes, but... between the rain, the server size, the artillery... my system is loving this. So they dropped down to 2 minutes and 24 seconds when they went final push. So that was probably at least 3 minutes they lost. CSA is not even really close to going last stand. So this one might be, well, one way or another, it's over very soon. Try to follow the action up here. Union has not been completely wiped at what used to be an intersection here, a juncture. It's always rough when you got to kind of run, and you know the other side just has their loads and. Group streaming in, but that was canister. But that is just a huge CSA force with most of the wall intact. And that's usually what the CSA does, right? Just countercharge at the end. Before the Union can group up and get their spawns in. We'll go up top here. That'll do it.